Just work with me. Okay, let's grab our block. We're using yoga blocks today. When I didn't have a yoga block and I was doing things with my standing on the blocks, I would use like textbooks. So you can use a lot of things and be creative with these blocks. I want to place it right between my thighs. My toes and knees are facing straight ahead. And we're just going to do some simple squats just to warm up. And swing my arm back and back. Cold today, so I want to give a little bit of an extra warm up, get that blood flowing. I don't think the 100 might do the job today. And press through, and press through. Scoop back just a tiny bit. Yeah. Keep going. Yeah. Good. And I trip over my weight. Don't trip on your weights. Watch the things on the floor. All right. Where are we? 4, 3, 2. Stay here. One arm goes down, one arm goes up. Movement, keep the core pulling in, keep the block tight, and your toes should be facing straight ahead. So take a look at that. And I go for 4, and 3, and 2. Now I'm going to add a little bounce with this one. Up, up. If it doesn't feel good to your shoulders, do another movement. It's fine. 4, and 3. 2 more. 2, and 1. I want you to bring both arms out and hold. Tuck your tail, scoop the belly. Raise your heels up, place them down. Lift them up, place them down. Use your core. Find that focal point in front of you. Where are your shoulders? Relax. And I go for 4. Good. Keep that block tight. 3, 2. Now can you hold this here? Put a little more pressure into that block and hold for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Put your heels down and release those arms. Take your block. Give me a Pilates V. Hold that block right in front of your thighs. We're going to inhale nothing. Exhale, roll down, eyes to belly. And I want you to choose how high your block is, but I want you to be able to have your hands on your block. So look, you can put it all the way up like this and have your hands on top. You can put it here, you can put it flat, okay? I'm going to soften my knees and straighten my legs. Soften my knees, press through the block to straighten. Inhale to bend, exhale to lengthen. Head is heavy. Inner thighs are like a Ziploc baggie. Zoop. And I go for 3, and 2, and 1. I want you to keep your left hand on the block, and the right arm is going to sweep up and take it down and switch. The opposite hand sweeps up and then come down. And I twist, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. One more each side, rotate, center, last one. Inhale, exhale, grab onto your block and pull yourself up vertebrae by vertebrae from the belly. How'd that go? Good? Okay, take that block behind you. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see. I'm going to press into the sides of my block. I'm going to lengthen it down. As I lengthen it down, I want you to zip up that spine. Then I'm going to reach it behind me and then lower. Behind. On the behind, I'll releve and then come down. No leaning back. Make sure your neck is in line with your spine. And I go for 4. Here's 3. 2 more. Now can we hold this one up, sweep the arms around and take the block right in front of you, chest height. Now try to keep it chest height, pass it behind you. Keep the one direction going, same direction, a big circle. Keep that belly pulling in and up. 2 more. I inhale to come back, exhale around. Now reverse your circle. If you want to, you can take your heels back down to the floor. And 3, 2 more, and 2, and 1. And then I'm going to lower my heels, but bring my arms straight up. Good. Let's do a little side bend and center, and a side bend and center. I inhale to exhale. 1 more. Inhale to exhale, and let's take it down onto our mats. Yay. Okay. We're going to take that block, And we're going to do a bridge. So we're going to lie down, put that block under your pelvis. Now you can have it completely flat or a little bit higher. So I'll call that the middle setting. And I don't want it on my lower back. I have it underneath my hips. My legs are 1 fist width apart. And I'm going to do little marches. Right leg lifts and lowers and left. Use your core, keep the chest open, and keep the back of the arms pushing down to the floor. And I lift and tap, lift and tap, lift and tap. I'm not changing the shape of my leg, so I'm not going to kick my shin out. It stays right how it was. One more each leg. And I want you to hold this last one up and add the other one to it. I want you to press your right leg straight out, bring it in, and then left, bring it in. You're more than welcome to take 2 legs now, and we'll press it out and come in. My legs are staying in parallel, so I'm not doing a frog position. The sides of my feet are together. If this doesn't feel good, go back to 1. And if that doesn't feel good, go back to our first one, the marches. I'm going to do 4 more. Inhale and exhale. And 3. And 2. Hold it out there. Now bend your knees, let your feet drop towards your block, and swing back out. Lower the feet and then sweep it out. So I'm not changing my quads, but boy, my belly is pulling in and up to support my back in this position. I'm also firing my glutes as I press out. And again, pick a position when the quads can stay there for 3, and 2, and 1, and bring these legs straight up. Good. Bend the knees like a frog now. So now I'm in a Pilates stance. My knees are as wide as my frame. I'm going to push out, lift up, frog in. Press out, lift up, bring it in. Inhale to exhale. Now let's reverse it. Zip it up, lengthen long, drive it in. Inhale to exhale. 2 more. Wrap those thighs, squeeze your seat. And last one, down and draw it in. Legs back to tabletop. And we're going to tap both toes, just the toes. Don't let your pelvis change, and draw the knees in. Now, my toes the first time didn't touch the floor because I felt I wasn't going to be able to control that pelvis. But now I got it back into my body. My core is engaged, and I'm not letting my pelvis go with me. You don't have to touch your toes. I want you to keep everything very still. Use your core down and up. Inhale down, exhale up. 2 more. Inhaling and exhaling. And last one. Awesome. Take the feet to the floor. Lift your hips up, slide your block out, take your hands to your side. Inhale to prepare, and exhale to lower it down for 5, and 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Hug those knees in. It's nice to be back down on the mat, is it not? Grab back onto your block. Now, if you usually keep your feet on the floor to do the 100, don't grab your block yet, or you can put it between your inner thighs. Next way, I'm going to take my legs to a tabletop and rest my block on my shins. Now, I'm feeling like my hamstring is a little tight today, but you are more than welcome. I don't even know if I can get up there today. Woo! Nope, it's to take your legs straight up and put your block on top of your feet, okay? That's not me today. All right, you can keep your head down, or I'm going to inhale to prepare. Exhale, slide my fingers, take my chin to my chest. Now arms are parallel, and here I begin to pump. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale. Now remember, if you choose to lift your head, great, but you got to make sure you're not hovering your mat. You've got to have enough flexibility in your spine and strengthen your core to come up and over that top rib cage. You're already at 40. And breathe. You're halfway there. If you want, you can take these legs out on the inhale, Exhale back in. I'm not taking them all the way straight. I'm keeping that block balancing though. And inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep that back heavy. Last one. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pull the shins towards you with your block on top. And just give me a little rock side to side. Okay, take the block into your hands up over your chest. Slide those legs long and take your feet wide enough that when you come up, you can set your yoga block on your mat in between your feet. Okay? All right, so different variations here on the roll up. Shoulders are heavy. Draw the chin to your chest. Give me a nice inhale. Exhale, come up. Set the block between the feet. Press the feet into the block as you roll down. Inhaling first, exhale to complete. Try that again. Press into your block. Inhale to exhale. Grab onto your block into your hands and roll back. Keep rounded. Now press into it with those heeled hands. Tuck your booty and lengthen. Chin to chest, no dragging that head. Inhale. Exhale. Belly button goes back as your arms go forward. Now press into your block. Press into that block with those feet. If you want to just keep it in the hands or just the feet, that's cool. Eyes to belly. Inhale. Find that lower back. Press into the block. Press those legs down onto the floor. And then bring it back. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold the block straight up. Draw your knees into your chest so your back gets heavy. And zip the legs up. And we're going to place the block skinny way between the feet. And the arms will go back down. All right, so for those of us who cannot or should not take our legs over our head, you're going to do a double straight leg lower lift for the lower abdominals. So you'd put your hands under your seat and you would come down, 2, 3, and come up 2, 3. That's an option, but hands under your booty. All right, if you're trying to do a rollover, make sure you keep the pressure off your neck. Push the back of the arms and hands into the floor. Bring those legs behind you. Press into your block. Roll down. Keep the legs close. And we lower those legs to 45. And again, we inhale over. Press into the block. Exhale. Melt, 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 melt. Lower to 45. And we will inhale over. Squeeze into your block. Keep those legs close. Melt the spine. Keep the back of the head pushing against the floor. And last one, inhaling over. Press into your block. Exhale, exhale. And we'll stop here at 90. All right, hug your knees in. That wasn't so bad. Not at all. Okay, so we're going to take that block. We're going to put it underneath our left foot. And make sure that foot's in line with the rest of your body. Don't have it on the edge of your mat. My feet are parallel, and I want you to bridge up for me. Now, anytime I'm in this bridge, if this is not a good position for you, you put your butt back down. Got it? I'm going to take my other leg to a tabletop and zip it straight up and turn my kneecap away. Now, I'm going to circle my leg towards my center. Circle, pause, lower your butt, lift your butt. Same circle, same direction. Inhale to exhale. And up. Circle. Round to come up. Down. That's 3. Round to come up. And now I'll reverse. Away. Zip up. Lower. Lift. Away. The other leg has to stay solid as a rock. Can't go anywhere. Keep the pelvis still. Lower and lift. Good. Put that foot back onto the floor and lower down your bridge. Slide your block over to the other leg. So now you know what we're doing. So if that was not a cool thing for you, stay down or just maybe do some of the bridges. Okay? Do what works for you. All right, I'm going to drive through that block, lift up into my bridge. Once I feel I've got everything centered and everything is firing, I tabletop my left leg. Good, and bring it straight up, and my kneecap is turned away. I circle towards the center. Inhale, exhale, bridge down and bridge, same direction. We do 3 more. Down and up. Don't let that leg that's on the block waffle around. Keep it very still. That was 4. Now I reverse my direction. Round to come up, down and lift. Around to come up. Inhale, exhale. Squeeze your seat. You can make these circles as small as you want. 1 more. Round and bring it up, down. Tabletop. Place that foot down, and we'll lower our bridge nice and easy. Okay, so I'm going to turn my block horizontal, and I want to make sure that my heels are on it. And I'm going to do another bridge. Hold that right here. Hips are lifted, back of the arms pushing down. I'm going to do little marches. 1 leg, find your block. Other leg. So you've got to take your time. Don't fly around with these legs. Make sure you got a good position with that foot on that block. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. 2 more each side. Take your time and lift. And 1 more each side. You did it. Fix that bridge, and let's melt back down. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Grab your block and hug those knees into your chest. Perfectly done. Okay, grab onto your block into your hands. I'm going to hold it up over my chest. Press the heel of your hands into your block. Shoulders are down. Draw your knees way in. If you're lifting your head, I'll cue it. If not, you'll keep your head down. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, nod the chin to your chest and bring those shoulder blades off the mat. I'm going to press out with my right leg and then press out with my left. Inhale to exhale. To inhale and exhale. Make sure you're breathing. Make sure you're squeezing the belly, squeezing those armpits. And I inhale and I exhale. Freeze. Take the block against the leg that's bent. Take the opposite elbow to the block. And my other elbow goes to my mat. Got it? The leg is free. It's going to come in and out. In and out. Shh. Inhale. Exhale. If this isn't cold for you, get rid of your block. Hug your knees into your chest. Now I'm going to take this leg straight up, and I go up and long. Up and long. You guys still with me? Shh. 2 more. Keep that block tight. Keep it tight. And bring it back in, and head comes down. Take your feet down. We'll do a little stretch. Drop your knees to one side at a time. All right, now my opposite leg, so take both knees in. My opposite leg will have the block. I'm going to twist and take the opposite elbow to that block. So if it's my left quad, it's my right elbow. The other elbow opens up to the floor, and I press that leg out and back in. Out and in. And I have my back still heavy on the mat. I'm just twisting through that rib cage portion. Out and in. Keep the block tight. Keep the knee pressed in. Looking good. Give me 1 more. Now we'll keep the leg straight, and we're going to lift it up and down. Up and down. You got it. Here's 3. Looking good. And 2. Whoop. And 1. And release. Block up over your chest, and we'll take our knees to one side. Bring it back to center. Knees go to the other side. Good. Draw those knees in and rest your block on your shins. So we're going to be passing the block again. You can keep your head down, or you can lift it up. I'll inhale to prepare. I'll exhale, nod my chin to my chest. I'm going to grab the block with my hands. I'm going to reach everything away from my center. Place the block on your shins. Reach it out. Don't go all the way. You might lose your block. Into my hands. I lengthen and scoop. And lengthen and scoop. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Your eyes should be to your belly, not to the ceiling. We'll do one more round. In the hands. On the shins. And release. Stretch those knees again to each side. Relax the neck. Relax those shoulders. You're doing awesome. Okay. With me still? Okay. I'm going to bend my elbows. I'm going to draw my knees in like a frog. My heels. So my knees are out. My elbows are out. But my knees are only as wide as my frame. I'm going to press my arms straight up and my legs go straight up. And I'm going to retrace my steps back down. I'll exhale on the way up. Inhale on the down. Now, if you want, as I press my block up, I'll lift up my head. Never dragging it. Coming back down. Exhale. Take your time. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. I'm going to stay up on this one. Take your right foot towards the block. Tap, tap, center. Left leg. Tap, tap, center. Inhale. Exhale. Center. Tap, tap. And if we can't tap it, that's okay. But I don't cheat and bring my block way forward. And I think I was doing that. Hey, sorry. One more leg. I was cheating. Last one. Scissor, scissor, and hug everything in. I'll rock it out. Woo! You are rocking it today. Okay, we're going to go back to that high bridge with our yoga block underneath our hips. So I'll bridge up again. You choose what level you want that to be at. If you need to be lower, that's fine. I'm going to bring one leg up at a time. Be comfortable. I'm going to take my right leg down. I'll bend my knee and touch my toes. So I'm way out here. Slide it in and bring it up. And my left leg is going to reach long. Bend my knee. Slide my foot in. So if you reach long enough before you bend, right when you bend, you feel a nice stretch, even more so in the front of that hip. Reach, slide. Now we're going to try to simultaneously play follow the leader. My right leg goes down, then my left leg goes down. But don't cheat. I want you to lengthen and then bend and slide. Keep the core engaged. Long lines with the legs. Can you guys feel that stretch in the front of that hip? I love doing these. Okay, now the leg is bent. We're going to reverse bicycle. So we're going to press out along our mat and then lift up. And then the other leg just follows. So whatever the right leg is doing, the left leg follows it. But I want you sliding all the way out. All the way out. Don't cheat those hips. Good. Now bring both legs straight up in the air. And we're going to do these little bicycles in the air now. Bicycle in the air. Pull that belly in even deeper. You got it. Long lines again. Where's your long line? Don't stay with the legs like this. Get them up there. Reach. Now reverse it. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now straighten both legs. And let's do little scissors. 1, 2, 2. Can you feel that belly working? I'm getting warm in here. And we go for 4 and 3. Good. 2, 2, 1, 1. Bend the knees and place your feet back down. We'll lift that block out from underneath. And we'll lower the bridge. And we'll take those arms out like a T. And we'll float our knees to one side. I'm going to look away from my knees. Keep your shoulders heavy. Bring it back up, and let's go to the other side. We look away. Good. Bring it back to center, rock yourself up. Nicely done. Okay, I'm gonna throw in super fast with our weights, our rowing series. I love the rowing series. I like it even more with the weights than on the reformer. All right, so we're gonna do 5 reps of each one. There are 5 in the rowing series, okay? The first one is from the sternum. So you pour coffee, my pinkies are on top, my thumbs are on the bottom. Okay, I'm sitting nice and tall, and I'm in a Pilates V with my feet. Inhale, prepare, exhale, C-curve back, lock it in right here. Open the arms out to a wide V, palms face down. Pour coffee with both hands, and my arms reach behind as my head comes forward. Keeping your head forward, lift the weights as high as you can, and circle past the toes. Pour the coffee. Inhale to sit tall, 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 no leaning back. Exhale, round. Weights are still with you. Open up to that V. Inhale. Pour the coffee. Knuckles to the floor. Exhale. Inhale, lift. Circle. That's 2. Who picked 5? Lift up. Inhale. Crazy instructors. Exhale. Yeah, I know. Open. Pour coffee. Lift up. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Don't you dare lean back. I'm growing tall. I'm not leaning back. C curve. Keep the weights with you. Wrap your thighs. Open those arms to a V. Knuckles behind. Inhale up. Circle around. Now come up to a 90-degree angle and the palms face you. Please remember that the thighs support the abdominals. So wrap them, squeeze them. Now I'm not going to C curve. I go flat back. I hinge back on an inhale. Exhale. Reach where the wall meets the ceiling. Lower the arms and sweep them back so your knuckles touch the mat behind you again. Lift up, head heavy. Circle around, 90 degrees, up, up, up. Inhale, hinge. Now flip those palms to face forward. Lift up, lower the arms, sweep them behind. Lift those arms up. Was anybody counting? Was that 3? Is this 4? Oh boy. Inhale. Exhale. Bring it through. Inhale, lift. We'll just do one more. 90 degrees. Why is it called 90 degrees? My arms are in a 90-degree angle. I lift up. I push through the water. I lift up. I circle around. Now bend your elbows and come into a slight diagonal. So your sits bones are lighter on your mat, palms are down, and my weights are by my chest. This is from the chest. So I don't want round backs, I want long backs. Point your Pilates stance. We're gonna press up to that diagonal again. Lower the arms right down in front of you. Retrace your steps, bring them right back up, and then circle them around and start all over at the chest. Inhale, grow taller. Exhale down. Inhale up, circle around. 2. Here's 3. Here's 4. Last one. Now we're going to take it from the hips. I'm going to flex my Pilates stance. Slide your hands to your heels. Bring the arms by your ears. Bring your spine up with the arms into that high diagonal and circle around. And again, press out, arms up. Inhale to exhale. Take it out, arms to ears. Lift up, circle around. One more. Arms to ears, pull yourself up and circle around. Crisscross if you're able. All right, we're gonna do shaving. So we take the hands together. I got like my little triangle here, and I bring my weight to the base of my skull, and I'm trying to zip up my spine and stay in this position. So you should have your pelvis like this. It should be here. And we shave off our hair. 5, 4, 3, good. 2, hold it up and lower the arms to where they're parallel. Palms face forward. Switch which leg is on the bottom. And here we go. We exhale. Inhale. Belly in. Crown the head long. 3, 2, and 1. And release. Grab onto your block and sit on top of it. If you don't like to sit on top of your block, then don't. My legs are straight. My feet are flexed. I'm going into spine stretch. So imagine you're against the wall, and yes, the back of your head is against that wall. And guess what? Your shoulders are connected as well. We're going to inhale up tall. On the exhale, draw your chin to your chest. And for every inch forward my arms go, my navel goes back. Squeeze into your seat. Pull the navel in deeper. Inhale up. Shoulders are down. Exhale. I start with my cervical spine. I stop at the mid-back. My legs are pressing straight. I inhale up, and I exhale back down. 2 more, please. Use your core to come back up. Don't lean back. Exhale forward. I'm going over a beach ball. Inhaling up, and I exhale down. Stack back up on the inhale. Exhale, open out for saw. Twist towards me so I can see your gorgeous face. Exhale, look at your back hand. Scoop and stack, twist other side. Exhale. Inhale up from the core. Exhale. Inhale up. Rotate. Exhale. 1 more each side. This should feel good. Nice rotation. My golfers, they want to work on this one. They want that rotation. Bring it forward. Take it up and release. Okay. I'm going to soften my knees. I'm going to grab back onto my weights. If you would rather have your legs crisscrossed so you can come more forward, you can do that. But we're going to do some tricep kickbacks. So if you're not getting enough forward by sitting like this, bend and come forward more here. Okay? Whatever feels best to you. All right? So I'm going to drive my elbows back. I'm going to hinge forward. Belly's pulling in. Shoulders are down. And I'm going to do kickbacks. 2. And we're doing more than 5. 3. Now remember, your neck is part of your spine. So I don't have my spine like this and my neck cranked forward. So I want that neck nice and long. Pull the belly in strong to support your spine. Bam. My shoulders should be down in those pockets. I exhale as I straighten. Good. 8. Fire those triceps. 7. 6. 5. Here's 4. Here's 3. Here's 2. Hold it back there in little tiny pulses. Bend, straighten, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and bring it up. Turn the palms to face away from you. Then I'm going to do these little wide grip bicep curls. So I'm facing away from my center. My palms aren't facing forward. If you'd rather do it that way, go for it. Lift and all the way down. So I like it when we're seated up on this yoga block, I can get my arms to straighten all the way down. Watch your neck. Better. Pull that belly in deeper. Squeeze a tennis ball in front of the elbow. I go for 8, 7, 6, and 5. Here's 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Bring it to parallel. I'm going to sweep center away. Center away. It's important that you keep your upper arm glued to your side. So think of holding a towel in between your arm and your rib cage. Don't let the towel fall. I go 8, 7, and 6. You're still supporting your posture from your core. 4, and 3, and 2, and 1, and release. Okay, let's take it off our block. You can sit cross-legged if you like. If it helps you sit taller, we're going to do some rotation, spine twist. So I'm going to sit like this today. It feels good to my hips, and I can sit taller. Grab onto your block, and I'm going to press the heel of my hand more into the block than the other part of my hand. I want you to inhale up, exhale towards me. 1, further, 2. Inhale, away from me. 1, further, 2. Make note, are you tilting your head when you twist? You want to think of growing taller from the crown of your head to your tail. Shh, shh, and shh, shh. One more each side. 1, 2, and 1, 2, and release. Take the block to one side of your mat. I'm going to choose right. Just because I'm a righty, I always go right first. Put that right hand on your block and the left hand on the opposite edge of your mat. Now, if you're a beginner to planks and push-ups, you can stay in this quadruped position. That's acceptable. But if you've been with me for a while, that's not acceptable. So I would take my knees a little further back, and look what I did with my hips. So I'm not going to take my knees back and keep myself in a quadruped-looking position. I got my hips lowered towards the mat, but my back is not arched. Make sense? Okay, we're going to use a little push-ups. Elbows go out and press 1. Inhale, exhale, 2. The butt should be lowering with the chest. Down, press 4. Inhale, exhale, 5. Inhale, exhale, 6. Inhale, exhale, 7. And good. Now I'm going to flex my feet. I'm going to try and take my knees off the mat and hold right here. Then I'm going to hold for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Now, I want to take the hand that's on my block. Now, first of all, if you need to modify, if my right hand's on the block, put your left knee down. Okay, that's a side plank modification. Okay, I'm going to take my hand off my block, go into a side plank, come back onto my block, lower my knees, lift my knees. Same thing, you can lower your left knee. I'm going to take my right hand off my block, come back on, knees down, knees off. Side plank, block, knees down, knees off. One more. You can always keep your knees on the floor. Knees down, knees off. And now I take both knees down and I release my wrists. Did the modification go okay? Keeping the knee down? Okay. Are you okay on your knees now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So let's take the block to the other side. Do you guys release those wrists? Don't be cranky before you start. All right, are you ready? So again, if you need to, you're in a quadruped, or you walk your knees back, lower your hips. You're more than welcome to have your knees off the floor. Go for it. Here we go. Inhale, exhale, 1. So we're doing our push-ups. My butt's going down. It's not going forward and back. Inhale down, exhale up. We go for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now, if you want, you stay like this. I'm going to flex my feet and drive my heels back. So I'm going to take my right knee to the floor if I need to modify, and I take my left hand off my block, and here I am in my side plank. I take my hand back onto the block, bend my knees, press back out. Off the block, on the block, bend the knees, straighten the legs. Off the block, on the block, bend the knees. Let's do one more. Are you squeezing into your armpits? Lift up, back on, tap the toes, plank, and come down to your knees, and we'll stretch. Curl those fingers to your wrists. Okay. All right, we're going to do some side plank stuff, but not side plank, I should say side kick series. So I want you to match your head with my head. And I want you for just right now to put the block off to the side. And I'm going to line myself up with the very back edge of my mat. You can prop your head up or lay completely on the arm. And slide your feet to the front edge. Be okay so far? All right. I'm going to use my free hand to press it into my mat and get my arm against my rib cage, melt the shoulder. You're going to take your top kneecap and turn it to face the ceiling. I want you to come up and reach it down. Lift and lower. Push the bottom leg down as you lift the top leg up. Up and down. Up and down. I go for 3. Try to straighten that leg a little bit more. Inhale up, exhale down. Now I'm going to go into a passe. Slide your toes along your inseam. Lift up, lower down. Inhale to exhale. Can you lengthen your bottom leg just like that top leg is coming down? Yes. Now reverse. Push that leg down, lift up, bend. Don't lift so high that your hip catapults behind you. Be mindful. Lift up, bend. Good. Soften those knees. Bring yourself up. And we're going to put that block on the flat side towards our feet. Okay, so don't have it standing up, the flattest side. I'll give you a modification first. So I'm going to take my bottom knee, it's going to stay bent, and my top foot is on my block. Okay, we're going to do some obliques here. If you want it to be harder, you would take 2 feet stacked on top of your block. Make sure your hips are stacked. So if you need more support, if you have a shoulder issue, especially a back issue, you're going to want to have this leg to help support you. So we know to have this alignment. So we don't start with our shoulder this way. Our shoulder is right directly over the elbow. If you need help with balance, keep the fingertips gently on the mat. If not, you can put it behind the head. We're going to lift up for 2 and come down gently. Lift up for 2 and down. Does anybody need a further modification I've already given? You can also do it with both knees bent, coming up and coming down, okay? 3 more. Shh. Give me 2 more. Shh. 1 more. Can you hold this one? And can you lift your top leg? Woo! Lower it down and release. Bend your knees. Get into a mermaid position. Grab onto your bottom shin. Stretch this way first. Take your forearm onto the floor. Keep those hips still but anchored down as you stretch. Good. And we'll go to the other side. So no block to start. We do up and down, passe, then we grab our block. So I line myself up with the back edge of my mat. You can have your head propped up or lay all the way down on it. Sweep your feet to the front edge. Your hips should be stacked. The bottom rib cage should be nice and light on your mat. Take that arm, rest it into the rib cage. Push the bottom leg down. Turn the top kneecap up to the ceiling. Now we prop these legs apart, and I lengthen with resistance. Inhale up, exhale. So where is it quicker, up or down? The up. So the up is nice and light. Woo! Now here's where I reach my toes for that wall in front of me or beside me. Reach them long, like you're sliding a penny down that wall with your big toe. Now let's go into passe. We inhale to exhale. Zip it up. Do you want that knee to stay turned towards the ceiling if you're able? 1 more. And now let's reverse it. Come straight up. Find your inseam. Go all the way out to your heel. Push that bottom leg down and slide. Last one. Good. And then we grab our block and place it down by our feet nice and flat. So you don't have to use the block at all. You can have both knees stacked. If you need more support, but you want to have a leg long, keep your bottom leg bent. And the top leg is long. Next level, stack your feet. Make sure your hips are stacked as well. Are we ready? Here we go. Shh. Gently tap down. Squeeze that lemon in that armpit. And lift and down. Shh. Good. We got 4 more. Shoulder over elbow, right? 3. Good. And 2. Hold this one up. Can you lift that top leg? Woo! Put it back down. Lower down. Mermaid position. Grab onto your back shin and give me a side stretch. and then go onto your forearm. Keep those hips still. Push the booty down towards the mat. And bring it back around. Okay, I want you to stand up. And we're going to do a little bit of balance work. So if you are balance challenged, I want you to go next to a wall, just in case you need it. I also told you before class started, if your feet are longer than a yoga block, you want to have two so you don't have any part of your foot hanging off. Does anybody need an extra block? You all checked, right? Okay. So you're going to mirror me, and I'm going to put a foot in the center of my block. Okay, so if you have two blocks, center between the two. But make sure if one's on the mat, careful, it might make it unbalanced. Your blocks will look like this. Okay, now you're going to stand on here and then just let what you can of the other foot rest next to it. So you're not going to have 2 feet completely on. I'm trying to get these hips be nice and level first. Got it? Okay, so we're going to let this leg that's not all the way on the block, it's going to go out and in. Out. Be by your wall. Find that focal point and really lengthen. We don't want a lot of weight on this hip. Take your time, and you're working so many muscles in this standing leg. And I go for 4. Good. 3. 2. And 1. Now I want you to soften the leg. It's on top, and let the other leg fall down. Now I'm going to keep this leg is on the floor. It's going to stay straight. This leg is going to press up and come down. Try that again. And come down. So all I'm doing is I'm not making this leg do anything. It's just hanging there. This is the leg it's working. And when I come up, I'm making sure my hip didn't crank up. So I keep those hips in a straight line. Very small movement. 4. Good. 3. 2. It's at the floor of the block. Hold it up. Hold it up. Now see if you can just let this leg just dangle. Let it move forward and back. Oh, it's a wee. Yep, keep the belly pulled in. And 3. And 2. And 1. Now take this foot and go into a curtsy. Okay? And I'm going to try and lift this knee out to the side. I'm going to curtsy down. Now you can do this without your block, right? This is just making more work for this leg here, so I can come down a little lower. Feel like you're balancing that textbook on top of your head. And 3, keep your hips facing forward, shoulders are forward. And 2, can you hold this one? Now give me little pulses. If you need to go here, go here. I had to. 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the knee to the front and step down. Okay? Other side. So be by that wall if you need it. Take the other foot, center it on 1 block or 2. Okay? I'm going to slowly start to straighten this leg. I'm going to bring my free foot right next to the other one. So I want you to start with your hips in a straight line. Got it? Now lock both legs. So they should be very straight. I'm just going to take it out, in, 2. I didn't say how far you had to go out. Just go off your block. But make sure you're not sinking onto this bottom hip. Stay lifted. Find that focal point. Anytime you need to, take your arms out. Right? Out and in. Out and in. 3. Take your time. 2. And 1. Now I'm going to keep this leg straight. This leg's going to bend. Now it's small. I lift up. My hips are parallel. And I lift up. Now I'm squeezing everything on this leg. And this leg is just dangling down. Think of zipping up. Land as easily as you're lifting up. So I don't lift up nice and soft and go, right? 3. Good. 2. Now I want you to hold this one up. And this leg is just going to float, Forward and back. Like, the hip says freedom. I can do whatever I want. I'm just hanging out. 3, 2, and 1. I'm going to take the foot behind in a curtsy. Harder one. Side lift. So when you curtsy, those hips should still be facing forward in your box, right? Shoulders over hips. You can do this on the floor. 4 more. 3, 2. Hold this one out there. Little pulses. 8, 7, 6, 5. Good. 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Okay, so get back down to the floor. Was that not fun? Okay. So we're going to go back to our weights. I'm going to put the block between my inner thighs. You're almost there. I have no idea what time we started today. I know it was a little bit late. Thank you. I meant to look. I looked too late, though. Okay, so you're still almost there. Got 8 minutes. Reach the arms long, palms face down. Put pressure onto your block. Your feet cannot be this close. You gotta slide them out. I'm going to exhale all the air. Now, I saw people hinging back, and that should be rounding back. Relax the shoulders on the floor. Hold it here. Take the elbows out wide. Press them up. Draw the chin to your chest. Come up here. Bend your elbows and press up. Exhale down. Shh. Bend the elbows. Press. Eyes to belly. I lift up into my diagonal. I press. I lower it down. Take your time. Articulate your spine. Bend the elbows and press. Draw that chin to your chest. Lift up. Now this time, I'm going to sweep down and up. I take it down. Yep. I sweep down and up. Chin to chest. Keep the block tight. And I sweep. I exhale down. Press into your block. I sweep down and up. Draw that chin to your chest. Good. Now I'm going to stay here a little bit longer. I'm going to lower and lift. Now when I lift my arms, I'm going to take a right leg and kick it out. Stay long in your spine. And press. And press. Take your time. One more each side. Lift. You got it. Bring those weights back up. And let's bring it back down. Tabletop your legs. Shoulders down. Turn the palms in. And then we're going to fly. Arms out. Arms up. Keep your back nice and heavy from your core. Pelvis is neutral. I'm going to squeeze into that block tighter. And we open and close. Open. Bam. Out. I'm going to add on. I'm going to press my arms down like hammers. Press my legs out, eyes to belly. Come back in. Do that again. Shh. You got it. Fire the back of those arms as you press down. And 4. Back in. And 3. And 2. Now I'm going to hold my legs here. I'm going to bring my arms chest height, face my thighs, and I'm going to see if I can bring myself up to balance. Keep that block tight. Let the lower back come down. Press into your block. Bring it back up. Modification. Feet down, yes? Lower back will touch. Bring it back up. Exhale down. Shh. Inhale up. Keep the block tight. Exhale down. Last one. Bring it down and hug it in. Woo! Relax those shoulders. Okay, weights down. Grab onto your block and let's bring it onto the mat right in front of us. My thumbs are going to be on top. My fingers are going to wrap around it. I'm going to go back into a plank. You can do a modified plank. You can go onto your forearms and not use the block. You can go onto your forearms and press into the block. Play with it. What's going to make you happy? It will make me happy. Tuck your tail, squeeze into your armpits. I'm going to lift my right leg, flex my left heel twice, put that leg down. Lift the left just a little bit. Flex, flex, put it down. Lift, flex, flex, squeeze those armpits, and boom, boom, da, 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 back, back, lower and lift, back, back, hold, lower to your knees, flatten your feet, bend your elbows to your rib cage, push back up. These are tricep push-ups. What's the difference? Your elbows should be shaving off your rib cage, not poking out like chicken wings. They're behind you. Yep. We go for 4 more. Inhale. Exhale. 3. Make sure your butt's going down with you, just like in a push-up. Last one. And stretch back. Don't you love it when I throw stuff like that in? Release the wrist, whether the hands flip on front or they flip behind. Excellent job. Okay, come to a high kneel. Turn and face me. 3 minutes. I'll take every minute. Match me where my block is. Take the leg out. Reach this block as far as you can out to the side. Now, if you feel this is too unstable and there's a chance your block can fall, take it lower where it's more stable, or even lower, okay? Pick it. Hand behind the head, hips press forward. Once you lift this top leg, hold it. Flex your foot. Can you slide it towards me? And then away from me. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. 2 more. Use your core. Use your glutes. Bring it back to center. We're going to lower it down. Lift it up. Lower it down. Lift it up. Down. Up. Make sure you're holding a lemon in that armpit. 2 more. Last one. Lower it. Grab your block. I'm going to stretch to my straight leg first. Back to center. Go away from it. And then lower the arms. Okay, other side. Leg goes out. Block out as far as it can go. Feel the hips pressing forward. Bring that top leg hip height. Flex your foot. We sweep it forward. Bring it back. Bring it back. And 3. And 2. 1. Hold it parallel. Reach it longer. We're going to lower. Take your time. Lift. Down. Up for 3. Down. Up for 2. Down. Up for 1. Grab onto your block. And we'll go to the straight leg first. Inhale. Exhale. Away, but don't take your hips with you. Bring it back in. Ditch your block. Come into a quadruped. We're going to press it back into a plank. I want you to connect your heels. We're going to pike up our seat and walk our hands in. 3, 2, 1. Pull yourself up from your core, of course. Let's inhale up. Exhale, melt down. Scoop the belly. Round that back. Yay, yay, yay. Now walk it forward. 3, 2, 1. I'm going to lower to my knees. I'm going to do 3 tricep push-ups. Inhale, exhale, 3. Inhale, exhale, 2. Good. Go back into your plank. Pike up your seat. Your ears are right next to your arms. Now keep the arms straight. Walk it back. 3, 2, 1. From your core. Pull yourself up. 8, 7. Tuck your tail. 5, 4, 3, 2. And finish with 1 big inhale up. And exhale down and grow taller. 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. Good balance work today. Woo!